Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today it is Wonderkid watch, and we've got Giovanni Reyna up next. The young American, 17 years old, started at the New York City Football Club Academy and has joined Borussia Dortmund. One of the many Americans that have really taken the stage throughout the last couple of years. The youngsters are really coming through for America. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how they all get on and do. We can obviously see that he has played a couple of games for Dortmund last season, and hopefully he will also do the same now. So we'll jump 5 years into the future, see where he is at, and we'll go from there. So 5 years on, 22 now, and is now at Bayer Leverkusen with 60 international appearances, 22 goals. He's looking very nice, playing in that attacking midfield role for them. You can see he's moved on a free, which is an interesting way to do it by Dortmund. At the club for 6 years, performed very well by the looks of things, and he's off to Bayer Leverkusen on a free. It's interesting to see that maybe there were no other possibly bigger clubs that wanted to come in for him, but he looks a very good player, able to cut inside from that left wing as well, on his right foot, so wanting to get those shots off as well, with his 15 long shots, which is very nice, and some good vision as well, so he's able to play that deeper role. Worth 57 million. Has he won any competitions at this stage? So we can see North American Nations League winners for the United States, so that's quite interesting. You've also got the Polka, the Bundesliga and German Super Cup won by Dortmund, and then the following year they also won it again, as well as the Pokal. Was then released obviously and moved to Bayer Leverkusen, but has just recently won the North American Gold Cup with the United States for the national team. So interesting to see that he has moved to another German club, Bayer Leverkusen. I wonder if they're going to look to kind of cash in on him, which would likely make them a hell of a profit, having brought him in for a free. But we'll jump 5 years, see him in his prime, see where he's at, and see what his stats are like. So still at Bayer Leverkusen, has hit the century mark now for the United States. 27 years old. He looks still very good. Doesn't look like he's performed quite as well for Leverkusen as he did for the time he was at Dortmund as a whole. Not getting quite as many goals or assists really by the looks of things. Oh, well, maybe a few more assists. So he's maybe played a bit more of a backseat role in regards to performances. Seems to be playing more on the left-hand side of recent times for Leverkusen, which is interesting. I'd certainly be looking to play him more centrally. Looks to be a player that can definitely have more of an effect on the game. Let's take a look though. So we saw last time he won the North American Cup with the United States. They won the Nations League one more time in 2028, but he hasn't won anything with Leverkusen, which is interesting to see. Maybe it's a case that he'll now look to possibly move on and see if he can win some more competitions, because he's certainly a player capable, and if in the right team, they can definitely get the best out of him. Liverpool have come in for him, hitting 170 caps for the United States. I mean, there's a possibility he could reach the 200 mark, depending on how many games they've got. He has moved to Liverpool though, so let's take a look. He's also wanted by Inter Milan, but he's only recently moved on a free, so he's technically not. No money's been spent on him at this stage for such a good player. So if it is a case that you're happy to kind of wait for a bit later on, he certainly looks like a player that you could get on a nice bit of a bargain. He's done quite well for Liverpool as well in the season that he has had there, following his move from Leverkusen. Still playing, being able to play anywhere in the midfield. So you put him there and he can do a job. Not the best defensively, but still going forward. His long shots, his first touch, his passing and vision are excellent. Work rates are very good still as well. Now 32 years old. Let's take a look if he has won anything further. Oh, he won the Euro Cup 2 with Bayer Leverkusen before moving to Liverpool. So he has won something extra, but maybe that's why he's come to Liverpool. He wants to get that trophy in the bag and maybe get a few more medals on his shelves. So we'll jump again, see where he's at, see if he's retired, what kind of the situation is, and we'll see what's next. Wow, okay, so he did reach the 200 cap mark for America. 207 caps, 48 goals. That is a hell of a lot of games for the national team. He did start young. He's decided to become a manager after his career. Interesting to see, definitely, with the kind of stats he's got there. So, I mean, he's not awful. It's certainly a player that I think you could possibly see going down that route and having a few more attributes that could work for a team. He does like a Catenaccio style, which is interesting. Not exactly matching his style of play, really. Oh, so he did end up moving to Wolves on a free after a few seasons with Liverpool. Didn't perform too well there, and then off to Holland with PEC Zwolle before retiring for 1.2 million. So overall, his total cost was only at 1.2 million throughout his career, which is interesting. He's made 542 appearances, getting 69 goals and 96 assists, with 41 player of the matches in those 542 games, and an average rating of 7.28, which isn't too bad, really. Milestones wise, did he win anything after leaving? So they did win the Carabao Cup at Liverpool, but otherwise that was it. There wasn't any more trophies for him. So he had his best times with Dortmund back at the beginning of his career. So interesting to see if Dortmund were the ones to force him out or if he kind of left on his own decision. Definitely something that to keep an eye out on your saves out there. But a very good player, 37 years old now and decided to become a manager. So someone to keep an eye on because the stats aren't too bad. But I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did enjoy taking a quick look at everything with regards to it all. I hope you enjoyed. I did. Let's see you in the next one. Goodbye.